Hello, everyone. We are live on both Facebook and Instagram. Today, we are hosting a live training here that's going to just start in 1 minute. So I just wanted to hop on and welcome you here. If you are joining us, then please pop in the comments and say hello and tell us where you're tuning in from so that we can know who's joining us today. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining us today. Let's see here. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, hello. Okay. We are going to get started here in just a minute. We are going to be watching your comments and questions that you have. Today, we're talking about the 5 ways that you can show value in the workplace right now. And yes, even during a pandemic. We wanted to put together this training for you because we try to provide a lot of resources and tools for you. We have a mixture of an audience here where there is a good chunk of you that run your own business, you do your own thing, you have maybe a side hustle, and so you need business tools and tips. And then we also have a good chunk of you that are out there in the workforce, that you are working on leadership in yourself so that you can up-level your game and work up within your company. And I hit my social limit there for a moment, so that just popped me off. But so that's why we're here today. We wanted to provide some tools and resources. We had a free training last week that was geared more towards the business owner. Today, we're focusing on the professional female that's out there in the workforce that is trying to handle what's going on out there in the world with working remote or working with smaller teams or kind of being dispersed more than you're normally used to. And so that's why we wanted to give you these 5 tips that we have on how to show value in the workplace, even during a pandemic. So these are all tools that you can apply whenever the pandemic may be over and you guys are back to resuming life as it was. And then also for right now, you can implement these things right away. So a lot of people are working from home. We've established that. A lot of people are also working in a different type of circumstance. So they have less people that they're working with side by side. Maybe if you're in the service industry, shifts are maybe cut shorter, you're less people per shift. So we're not in our normal day to day, right? And this is our new normal that we know it for right now. Google and a lot of other large companies have announced that they will be keeping their employees working remotely through summer of next year. So this is something that is going to be more and more of the normal that we need to learn how to be more efficient at so that we are not letting that impact our career and opportunities in our job, despite what might be happening out there in the economy. So the biggest question that comes from that, right, is as I'm in this situation, as I'm maybe not face to face with my boss anymore, how do I continue to show value in the workplace, even though I'm not there and in person? How do we address normal conversations that we would have face to face, like getting a pay raise, maybe promotional opportunities that come up, gaining recognition, winning awards? Those things will still be happening despite the pandemic for a lot of companies. There will still be a lot of shifts. There will be things that are changing. However, there still will be opportunities as you are an excellent employee for you to get a pay raise, to get a promotion, and to win awards and stuff as well. So it's really important that we tap into these things. So they're really excellent questions to be considering right now. So again, if you're joining us, thanks for joining us on Facebook here, on Instagram there. Please say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you have any questions along the way, please type them into the comments so that we can address them right away and answer any questions that you have. We are here for you, free training. We want to be a great, great resource for you. So I want to address the mindset because some people aren't asking these questions. Some of these questions, like what if business takes a turn, like many have or already on their way to? How do we prove that we're worth keeping around as budget cuts happen and job cuts happen? If you're not asking these questions, then I'm really glad that you're here taking this training, because I'm really hoping that we can shift your mindset a little bit to think a little bit differently and to be aware of what's actually going on in the world. I have been witnessing a mindset for a really long time now, and a mindset that COVID is really on the fast track to exposing, which is great news. And that mindset is what I have called the lazy employee. And that's the employee who gets to show up and do like just enough to get the job done. That's the employee that doesn't put in a lot of effort in their job or how they show up. And this may be you, or it may not be you. It could also be you, but you're too triggered to acknowledge it. And so you tell yourself that it isn't you. And that's just how it lands, okay? The truth is that we all have a little bit of that lazy employee in us. We know that we can all do better. We know that we can all dig deeper, and we know that we can all do more. So there is that. When I see the lazy employee and it's like full maximum, just really doesn't appear to care. Right now, the biggest thing that I see is that they're using COVID as an excuse, and it really makes me want to cringe. Because using COVID as an excuse to not be able to do your job well or not show up to the office how you should be is not going to get you to where you want to go. And if you're not thinking about where you want to go, then here's a warning for you. You may be out of a job sooner than you think, and it won't be due to the economy. It will be due to the lazy employee mindset. Currently, there is not a lot of job security, right? There are thousands of people in your community that are looking for work. People that are willing to do work and do it with enthusiasm and make it happen. Even if your company is in good standing, you can no longer skate by just like showing up, because there are plenty of people that are qualified to do your job that are waiting for the opportunity to. The impact that you have as a person in your place of work, the impact you have on others around you, like that is noticed, good and bad. Okay. The lack of effort that you are putting in when others are like busting their tails around you, that is noticed. The things that you do to just do enough, that's noticed as well. And it's only a matter of time before, in this economy right now, you're replaced and out of work without realizing it. And no one wants a lazy employee, especially in this time where there is so much on the line for businesses. And again, we all have a little bit of that lazy employee that can like get in our own way, but let this serve as a reminder for those of us that need to like tighten up our habits and productivity, which is what we spoke about last week, and get ourselves into gear for success. So enough about laziness. Let's move forward. So when we're faced with a shifting environment, the last thing that we need to do right now is to shrink back. If you're looking at the glass half full, which I would assume that you are, since you are here and a member of our community and you follow us, you, I fully believe, are a forward-thinking visionary, and so that's how you operate. Then we understand that now more than ever is the time to stand up and to really lead. We lead, even if it's not like in our quote job description to lead, even if it's not in our title. We lead even if no one has asked us to, and we lead because we're called to. And that's why like this company is like She Leads Me. That's what we are here to do. So what is the best way to lead during a pandemic/economic crisis? It begins with intention, which is the foundation of the tips that we're going to share with you today. It all comes back to being intentional, with your actions and communication. So we've gathered 5 ways for you to show value in the workplace and immediately to start right now to lead in this time of uncertainty, to show your value to your colleagues and stand out to your supervisors, your coworkers, to everybody around you, to really truly show value. And that doesn't even have to come from the place of, you may not be looking to get a raise right now, and that's fine, but you just simply want to do these things because you just want to bring more value during this crazy time right now. So here we go. Are we ready for our top 5? I just want to check to make sure that we don't have any unanswered questions or comments so far. We're looking good. Okay, so the 5 things that we need to do to show value in the workplace immediately Number one is to contribute. Silence does not get you noticed. And so now more than ever, we need you to speak up and to say something. We've all been part of a lot of Zoom meetings where there is kind of like this, you just hear the hum of the technology, and there's just like maybe one person talking, and we're all just kind of half engaging, half listening. We're not even really engaging, right? Now is the time to speak up. It is a great way to contribute and contribute at a high level so that you're showing value to those people there. No one wants to sit and be bored in a meeting. No one just wants, even the person leading the meeting doesn't just want one, they don't want to be the only person contributing unless it's more of like a class style and they're educating you. But if it's a meeting where we're coming together and all supposed to be gathering, we want to hear from you. Those people want to hear from you too, and hear from you at a high level. So use your voice, speak up, find a way to contribute at a high level. People will notice, especially your managers, also your colleagues that were like, hey, like, thanks for saying those things. Like that made that Zoom meeting so much more easy to sit through. I want you to ask how you can help support and what can you do to help others. Offer ideas and suggestions in meetings, even if it seems like you're kind of getting not a lot of response or maybe a cold shoulder at first. If someone hasn't taken you up on your offer yet, you still need to keep asking and keep offering. Eventually, answers will reveal themselves of how you can help support others so that you can show value in that way by contributing. So number one is contribute. Number two is do what you say you're going to do. So be reliable. Be someone that your peers and colleagues can count on. Everyone is going through like the big storm, right? Everyone could come up with a million excuses as why they couldn't finish the job, get the task done, etc. Right? We've all been hearing them. And there maybe are some circumstances that come up every now and then that do kind of prohibit you. But the day-to-day normal excuses really don't cut it. And we don't want you to be that person. We want you to we want you to do what you say you're going to do and show up and be that person. Get it done despite your excuses. That's what we need from you as a leader. That's how we want you to show up right now. And that is what is going to get you noticed and provide value. Realizing, excuse me, that it's not all about you is really important. Realizing the impact that you are having on your team by not showing up and doing what you said you're going to do is really important. So do what you say you're going to do. Okay, that's number two. Number three is anticipate the need. And this comes back to being proactive, okay? Help the team. Do you see something that needs to be done? Just do it. Do you see someone on the team that is struggling to do what they need to do? You know, I know a lot of people right now, there have had to be some layoffs in their companies. And so their job has just gotten much larger than it was before. Their job is now so much bigger than they were doing before. And they have a lot of things to get done in their 40-hour work week. If you see somebody struggling and you can help, step in and help with that. Like that, you want to be a leader in that situation, show value in that way. So anticipating the need. If you are seeing anything else that could come up in a situation, anticipate that, bring it up, speak it out, and show up and be a leader in that situation as well. Okay. Adapt accordingly is number four. Things are changing at a rapid fire pace right now. You have to be willing to adapt. You have to be willing to pivot. That word is being so overused right now. It's hard to really kind of still hang on to how powerful that word is. But you want to rebound that shot, right? Like if you're on the basketball court, you want to move with grace and ease. No one knows what's coming next. And so you have to remember that. And being adaptable in the time of uncertainty and unknowns is really key and important. And for us to remember to kind of breathe through that and move through that is a way that we can also show value. Some of the leaders in our companies are like, they're in their own storm right now trying to figure out how this is all going to go. They've got a lot of pressure coming down from the top of how to make employee productivity still on the rise, how to make the companies going as smoothly as possible, how to keep employees happy. There's a lot of pressure from everywhere, right? Like we're in kind of one giant pressure cooker. So if we're able to adapt and help everybody out in that way and like have empathy and understanding and grace, then that also provides a lot of value to those around us. Okay, we're cooking here. Number 5 is bring positivity to the workplace. Take the lead where you can. Everyone is doing the very best that they can. If you show up and are as positive as you can be, that makes a big impact. And I'm not talking about positivity just in the sense of like, pretend like nothing is wrong in the world, pretend like nothing is going on. But when you show up with a positive attitude, a get it done attitude, and you share that with others, that is huge for your teammates. That is huge for your manager, supervisor, team lead, whomever that may be. Not everyone is going to be operating at like a level 10 every single day, right? We're all doing the best that we can. And some days, someone's best right next to you might be a 3. They might be really struggling, but that's their best that they can give. And if you show up and are there side by side and you're being positive in the workplace and helping, you might be able to bring them up to a 4 or 5, which will then greatly impact the rest of the team. Positivity has so much power, and we really want to be immersing ourselves in a positive atmosphere because there is easily in 10 seconds, we can dive into a lot of negative news. We can complain our way into a bad mood. It's really easy to go to the negative place. Be that positive person, be that reinforcement in your area, in your zone, in your team, and make sure that you're bringing others along with you for the ride. And that's really important. So we had 5 things that we shared with you today. If you guys have any questions, please hop in the comments. I hope this was valuable today. So how do we bring value to the workplace right now? Number 1 is to contribute. Number 2 is to do what you say you're going to do. Number 3 is anticipate the need. Number 4 is adapt accordingly. And number 5 is bring positivity to the workplace. And I really quickly wanted to give a shout out to our team member, Bonnie Hedloff, because a lot of these things that have come from this list that I've created have come because she has done an amazing job on our team. And she exudes these things and brings so much value to our team here. And so I had to give her a shout out because when I was sitting down to write all of this, I just was like, well, like, what does Bonnie do? And so I had to that's how this was all created, which is what does Bonnie do, and type it all out. So thank you so much, Bonnie, for being an amazing team member for us. And so there we have it. There's your 5 things. We do have a new blog that is called theleaderblog.com, where we will be posting this article, and it's just new, getting set up. So we'll have more tools for you guys here soon. And we'd love to know if this was helpful to you. We'd love to know what other things that you would like to hear from us in the future. We'd love to just really provide as much value as possible. And that is for both female business owners and also women in the workforce that are out there just, crushing it. And you are in such a tough position right now as well, like everybody is. And we want to provide that value for you. So that was your training for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have this on the replay, and we'll also have it on our YouTube channel. And thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys soon.